Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. It's Emerald the Gem, and we are back and we are pressing forward with the Black History Month series entitled Black Business Spotlights. And today I have our third guest for the series. He's this amazing photographer. Let's introduce to the channel Charis Nora. welcome,
Thank you, thank
welcome
you.
to the channel. So, very quickly, before we get into the whole questionnaire, I just want to share the
Hmm.
people how I met you.
Okay.
So, wow, it was freshman year of my college here at Oakwood,
Yes,
and it was
yes,
my
yes, yes.
19th birthday, and I
Hmm.
wanted to do a photo shoot. And I had this idea, I wanted to be like a Vogue type of magazine, very
Hmm.
editorial.
Yep.
And I was like, so who does photography here on my campus? And I was doing my little research and I was looking, I was like, okay, yeah. But then at the time, I found your page was this Mr. Colors. That was the name of the page at
Yes,
that
yes,
time.
yes,
And I was
yes.
like, Mr. Colors, this name sounds interesting. So I looked at your
Okay.
work and I was like, okay, yes, I'm gonna go with him. Yes. So we booked it. We had the photo shoot and I had like this streamers from Walmart that I stapled up
Hmm.
together,
Hmm.
made it in the dress, and I
Uh-huh.
just it was amazing. You couldn't even tell that the outfit was like less than $10 because of just the amazing work that you did. And it truly was a great experience because I knew from that one experience that you
Hmm.
you love photography. You had a passion for it. You knew how to execute the vision, and
Yes,
that's
yes,
what
ma'am.
people want when they book a photographer who knows how to
Yes,
execute the vision. And so
indeed,
I was like, you know
indeed.
what, I gotta work with this man again because this was too good just to only work with him once. We
Hmm.
gotta book again in the
I gotta
future.
book again, indeed.
Yes. So when I came up with the series, I feel like Black photographers don't really get their flowers a lot,
Oh,
and it's
yeah.
common because they're behind the lens. It's usually the people that they
Hmm.
capture, that really gets the attention. So I really want to highlight Black photographers, and so you were the first person to come up. Obviously,
Well,
makes
thank you. I
sense.
appreciate that.
It
Thank you,
makes so
thank
much
you.
sense. Yes,
Indeed.
so here we are. You're here on the channel,
Yes,
and
and I'm great to be here. Thank you so much for it.
yes,
Thank you, thank you.
yes, I'm grateful that you accepted the invitation.
Hmm.
Um, so just to reiterate, and for the people who are watching, please tell us your name again and where you are from.
My name is Charis Nora, and I was born in Brooklyn, New York. Moved to Williamsburg, Virginia, but now I live here in Huntsville, Alabama.
Okay,
Yes,
New
yes,
York,
yes,
and a
yes,
lot
yes,
of
yes.
people are from New York. They rep pretty hard.
Oh yeah, yes, they do. They rep New York pretty hard, indeed, indeed, indeed.
Wow. So, when did you start photography?
Ooh, well, I started photography um, the year of 2020 when COVID kind of
Hmm.
started. Yeah, I actually took one of the cameras from one of my friends. Her name is Myra, and it was around the time when people weren't going outside much, and it was kind of like a quarantine type of world. And I had a camera in my hand. And mind you, I've never picked up a camera before. Well, I picked up a camera, but it was more of like in school when you're in like video production class and you're like because I used to work for the church and I used
Okay.
to use the cameras for the church, but I never picked up a
Oh.
camera before. I picked it up and I was like, this is interesting, So I just started taking pictures of like random things um, like chairs and random people like on campus. And that
Mm.
was around spring break. So a
Hmm.
lot of people were inside, some people were out. So we used to just go out, and it used to be like really empty, just like no one used because it was quarantine. People were coming out, people were going out and going back in real fast because they didn't want to get sick or be around anybody. But it was the
Mm.
three of us. It was me, Myra, and my other friend Aite, and we would just be around, and I would take pictures of them, just take random pictures. And
Hmm.
I started to like get like attached to it. And I was like, this is interesting. Like, let me go on this site called YouTube University. And I went
Hmm.
on there and I started like researching and like teaching myself how to use the camera and shutter speed and lenses and colors and certain like it's a lot. You have to like I'm so passionate, sorry. There's a
No.
lot of there's a lot of things you have to put into when it comes to photography, like um the lens, color spectrum, um how like the sunlight, do you want it to be a cloudy day or a bright day? Like there's so many aspects of photography.
Hmm.
And from that moment I picked it up and I was like, I want to learn more. I want more. And since then I've just been doing it and doing it and doing it. And for a while I just did it because I loved it and I was asked random people, hey, do you want to, do a photo shoot? Yeah, sure. Do a photo shoot? Yeah, sure. To the point where some of my friends were like, all right, bro, you need to kind of start a business here because you got some good photos out here. You need to start making some profit. And I was
Hmm.
like, I don't know. I'm not really in it for the money. Like I really just love taking photos. And from then on, I just started building from then. And mind you, I never picked up a camera in my
Wow.
life. Never, never
That
did.
is
And yeah, that's just a little gist of how it started. It started around COVID. Yeah,
wow.
yeah.
I find that really hard to believe that that was the first time, and from that time, because when we worked together, it seemed like you had like years of experience. You would have thought that you had the camera when you were
Oh,
like out the womb.
no, it I literally I picked up a camera because like there are times when I tell people, yeah, I'm a photographer, and look at my work. They're like, oh, how long you've been? I've been doing it for like maybe 2 or 3 years now. They're like, what? You feel like you've been doing this for a long time? Like, no, I haven't. I just been. I don't know. I guess it was a gift that God
Yes.
instilled into me that I didn't
Hmm.
know I had, and then COVID was more. He was like, all right, boom. And then it's like,
Yep.
wow, so
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. That's amazing. That's amazing because
hmm
you had that gift and that talent all along.
yeah,
I'm sure you
yep,
did because the
yes,
way that you take pictures, it had to be a God given gift
hmm
because no one can really, not everyone can really catch, this essence of even something simple as like a building in the picture and make it seem
yeah,
so alive. There's
yep,
so much
yeah,
emotion with the pictures.
yeah,
That's really amazing. So I know you mentioned briefly about you make it a business. So when was that
hmm
time when you like seriously made it into a business and started having clients and such?
Well, it was when I was at Oakwood. Um, I started it, but it was real small. Like I was in my notes and typed up just an idea, let's say an hour shoot,
Hmm.
or and mind you, I just started out, so the numbers weren't that high. They were like 50, $80, $30, 2 hour shoot, 10 images, two outfits, $80, because I just started. I don't know nothing about business, nothing about
Hmm.
anything like that. So I'm just like, and mind you, I'm still fairly young, so I'm just like, oh, well, let me see what I can do. So I just wrote it up, put it out, and I had some traffic. I had some people coming in, and then I had some traffic, and then I had some people who saw my work and said, hey, we want you to come to this little event. Can you take some pictures at this event? And from then on, it was pretty good. I then have taken a break, just trying to get myself together, because when you're a creative, especially, you tend to burn out.
Hmm.
So when you burn out, you tend to you don't have much, I guess, ideas. It's a matter of you don't want to have so many ideas. You put all of it out, and you're like, I have no more creative like direction. Like I need to
Mm,
relax. I need to calm down. I
right.
need to breathe. I need to recollect myself and then come back. So um, right now, I am trying to build a website. I am back into the photography world. Just accept. I'm not accepting clients yet. I'm just trying to, I guess, put my name out there that I'm back.
Mm, right.
into the photography world. So,
Correct.
yeah, yeah,
Hmm.
it's and actually like how I started off because I was actually kind of scared because I was like, I don't know how people are going to because I mean, I didn't know that there were photographers on campus. Usually the photographer like or you have your phone or
Right.
but someone to actually have a camera is just like, oh wow, like that's cool, that's interesting, so I didn't know how that was gonna go or how that was gonna, be, but yeah. So
Wow. Speaking on the playing field of photography,
mhm,
I know you mentioned that you kind of started off with just taking pictures of like objects, and you started having clientele, so you're taking picture of people.
mhm.
So with all the different, I guess, avenues of photography, what is the the type of photography that you go towards the most?
Well, to be honest, my favorite is portrait. I love portrait
Mm,
photography. Like portrait photography is amazing. The way you can take a picture, it, it's like you're painting a canvas with your lens. You know what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
It's
Yeah.
like I always say like photography is an energy and nature is my studio. Like I never me personally I don't like in the studio photography because it doesn't seem like natural. But when you're out there and your
Right.
client is like maybe in the woods or in a field or behind like a tree or something, it's just like it's just something that it does when you look at that photo. It's like you're in the moment, like you're there with them,
Yeah.
So my favorite is portrait, but also I do some street photography as well. I've
Mm-hmm.
done some of that, and the fact that even with that, like a good photographer, you can take a picture of the side of a building and you'll look at it and be like, wow, like he really did that. Like
Right.
I I feel like I'm gonna touch that building,
Mm-hmm.
it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. So portrait photography and street photography. But then in the middle, I have dabbled in um I will say the ending of last year. I started dabbling in like houses and architecture and stuff like that too, and I found that realm too, and it's just like wow, that too is amazing because you can take a picture of the sun rising or the sun setting and take
Mm-hmm.
a picture of that with the house in front of it in the background, and you'll be like,
It's
whoa, like
beautiful.
it's beautiful,
Yeah.
literally. And not a lot of people can do that. Not saying that I'm the best in the world, but everyone has their strengths and everyone has been given a gift. And some people, they feel like, photography is just it pick up a camera and shoot. But no,
Right.
you really have to know your craft. You really have to know what you're doing. You really have to have a passion for it, a actual love for taking a photo. Because if you don't, then it's just it's nothing. It's literally nothing. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I see what you mean with that, because it almost seemed like it's like a work. Like, oh, I
Mm-hmm.
gotta, there's not really any energy behind,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
the creative juices. So
Yeah.
and I love those type of photographies also. I love the portrait. I love the architect, because I'm obsessed with buildings and just
Mm-hmm.
anything that you could just find beauty in. Like I'll just
Yeah.
pull out my phone and just be like a click, like
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
or like the sky. So I love, you know, that you can really just capture something that may seem so simple and make it seem so complex. You know, you see all the
Hmm.
details in it that you might have not seen if you're just
Yep.
looking with your eyes, really.
I remember there was one moment I was at Oakwood, and I literally woke up like 5:30 in the morning when the sun was coming up, and I literally was just taking pictures. And I'm like, yeah, I'm
Wow.
passionate, but like, you need to sleep, you know. But it, it's just so captivating.
Is your source of inspiration when it comes to,
Ooh,
taking these pictures? Or what are the inspirations? Because I'm sure you have plenty. I'm sure there's plenty of
hmm.
things that inspire you. So what are those for you?
Oh man, a lot. Honestly, anything. And when I tell you anything, anything, there are times when I would just watch a movie for the shots, like inspiration, like
Oh.
just a random shot. Like,
Hmm.
okay, Wakanda Forever. There's a shot in the movie, and I don't know if you've seen it or not.
Yes, I've seen
Oh,
it.
okay, okay.
Yes.
So there's a
Yes.
shot where they're doing the funeral, right?
Hmm.
And everyone is like wearing white, right?
Yes.
That right there, inspiration. I'm just like, what if I had like a shoot where there were like 10 black women or black men just like lined up or scattered along like a green field or something.
Yeah.
And there
Hmm.
was a shot where a drone is over and you take a picture. And another picture is where you're like doing um, a person in front of that. It's just like so many things go through my head. And I
Right.
literally have a notebook and I just write it down. I'm like, write it down, write it down. So movies, inspiration, sometimes colors as well. Like I'll see a blue phone or like a yellow car or a green shoe, and I'm like, okay, just start writing down. Literally, just start writing down. Like
Wow.
even music videos as well. Solange is one of my favorite like
Oh,
visual art.
yes.
Solange, and I'm just
Yes.
like, I literally have like in my notes shots from the music video where it's just they're waiting for the right time where I'll have the right resources where I can take a picture that's
Hmm.
inspired by her. One person that really actually inspires me a lot is my wife. She really inspires me for real.
Oh,
There
shout
was
out to the
one,
wifey.
yes, indeed. There's one shot that I took of her, and it's one of my favorite shots. It's like she has this afro, this
Hmm.
huge afro, and it's like she's laying in the living room, and like the blinds are coming down, and like she's illuminated, and the blinds are illuminated as well, and it's like
Hmm.
just coming across her face, and she's like glowing. And I,
Wow.
it's just like whoa, like the fact that my wife, like I took a photo of my wife in that way, and the fact that that photo gave me that type of like energy, because of what I said before, photography is an energy, and nature is my studio, and
Hmm.
even though it wasn't in nature, it was still inside of a inside the living room,
Right.
and the fact that it just gave me that type of like wow factor that inspires me more to keep making photos that give me that wow factor, you know.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
it's just a lot. It's like whoo, it's just a lot. I always thank God all the time for giving me this gift that I have, and to always keep me humble
Yes.
too.
What are some of the challenges that come with being a photographer? What that you
Man,
experience? Yeah.
with my experience, oh, the
Hmm.
challenges. Let me tell you. Oh, um, okay. This is one. It's not a well, it can be a challenge.
Hmm.
Street photography. Um, with that, I always my rule is if I'm doing street photography out in a park or neighborhood or anywhere, I don't take pictures of children. I don't do that. I don't do that at all. That is one thing that I don't do. That's my rule. So even if that's a good shot right there, I'm not going to do it. So that can be a challenge. But then with also being creative, you can find ways to move around that, you
Mm.
know.
Mm-hmm.
Also, another challenge for photographers is people who don't keep their word. Hmm.
Mm.
Now, people who like to take advantage, they they will literally say,
Man.
oh yeah, I want to do this shoot for this time. Okay, cool, boom, I got you. This is the time. This is the place. This is how much money. Do 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 do. You take the pictures, mind you. This usually happens to creatives or photographers who are just starting out, getting
Mm.
to know the business world and how
Mm-hmm.
people can be.
Yeah.
So, with that, they'll say one thing and they don't come up with the rest, and you're like, I learned my lesson now. So from now on, I'm not going to do this, and that. Now I'm going to
Mm-hmm.
have contracts. Now I'm going to have invoices. Now I'm going to do, $50 to do upfront, certain things like that. So people
Right.
will know that, oh, this guy's serious, or I can't take this person for a fool.
Yeah.
Um, other other problems for photographers, equipment, equipment that is literally the camera is literally your paintbrush. Like, and if you don't have any other resources or if you don't have any other cameras, if you have one, that is literally your bread and butter. Like, that's it. And I have been learning that when you are pricing, you have to price to a way where if something happens to your equipment, you can buy that back. Or if
Mm.
your
Okay.
lens breaks, you have enough money to say, okay, I can buy this back. Because there have been instances where I've had people who, photographers who have told stories of someone has stolen their equipment
Mm.
or their equipment has been broken or their hard drive blew or something and they didn't have any resources. So they
Yeah.
had to start from the bottom all the way up again. And from that moment, it was a lesson. It was a lesson
Mm.
as to, okay, I need to change my pricing. I need to be more responsible. I need to be more careful. I need to have a lens cap or, a lens bag or something like that. So
Right.
that can be
Right.
another a speed bump that photographers can go through. And honestly, the last thing is I don't like to talk about it much, but recognition. A lot of photographers they feel like if you have enough followers, you're a good photographer. You have like the
Mm.
followers, and it's actually insane because
Mm.
there will be a photographer that has 800 followers, and their work is amazing. And they'll have a photographer that has 10K or 30K followers. And the work is amazing as well. And we come in a speed bump where numbers equal value. And
Mm.
that shouldn't be the case at all. It
No.
should be it should be equal. It should be equal.
Yeah.
And sometimes that, deters a lot of photographers. Sometimes that discourages us.
Mm.
Sometimes it's just like, man, I'm putting out all this great work and no one is paying attention. Sometimes it can be social media itself with the algorithm, but
Yeah.
me personally, I think it's really numbers equal value, and that should not be the case. Numbers should not equal value. Work ethic and just what you produce should
Yeah.
equal value.
Correct. Hmm.
And yeah, those are the
Man.
little speed bumps that photographers go through.
Mm. Those are valid.
Yeah, very. Those are very
Very, very valid, especially the last one with feeling that the numbers equal your value,
mm-hmm,
of the work that you can put out, that.
mm-hmm,
And that's the tricky part of being on social media. And honestly, I deal with that too, because I
yeah,
like, to put out my types of content.
mm-hmm,
And sometimes only get like a little views or maybe a few likes, you feel like, oh, this isn't good enough.
mm-hmm,
And I hate that about social media, because whether you get the little views or the big views, as long as you believe in your work and you feel like you put your 100, your 101, whatever
Yeah.
percent that you put in, you feel like you did it, that right
Mm-hmm.
there should be
Mm-hmm.
enough gratification that, I went along to do this. This took a lot of work, or this took a
Yes.
lot of time, and it
Yep.
looks great. It's amazing to me.
I know I did a good job. That's all that
Yes.
matters. I know.
Right.
And I'm still learning that till this day. My wife always tells me, "You're great. Okay, you are an amazing photographer. Don't worry about the numbers. Literally, don't worry about it. Don't feed off of that.
Mm-mm.
Don't post a picture, post a TikTok video, and just because it didn't do enough views, you delete it. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Just post it and let it be.
Hmm. Right,
Literally.
that's true. And you never know who might come across your page and be like, look at a
Exactly.
post that might not get the views that you want, but then they look at it, you're like, man, I want to do that. Like that could inspire someone. And you wouldn't even
Exactly.
know because you yourself
Exactly.
felt like, one
Hmm.
view, it gotta go. So being really confident and secure in your craft.
Hmm.
It definitely takes time to get there, but man, it's so much more peaceful than worrying about
Yeah.
the social media, the views, and
Man,
the
worrying about
views.
what's the next, like, you have a viral photo and then you're like, oh wait, no, I gotta top that. So you gotta think
Right,
of something more, oh no, I gotta
right.
top that too. And like that's all you're thinking about the whole time. But
Hmm.
you lose yourself when that comes around because it's like all you're thinking about is the numbers. You lose the passion because you're not
Yeah,
passionate about the craft. You're passionate about going viral,
right.
and that's not what it's supposed to be at
No,
all. Hmm.
no. So, along with those same challenges, what do you
Hmm.
think um, that you learned about yourself while going through those challenges of being a photographer?
What did I learn about myself? I can focus too hard.
Hmm.
Meaning, for instance, there are moments where I will literally take hundreds of photos and I will edit them like starting at 8 p.m. and I won't go to sleep until I'm done. I won't
Wow.
eat, I won't sleep. I'll just be in it, focused. And sometimes it scares me because I would literally be in this like world where everything is blocked out and I'm just editing.
Hmm.
No one talk to me, nobody look at me, no one. And sometimes my wife has to literally come to me and be like, hey, take a break, please. Drink some water, eat some food, because you're literally just focused right now and you need a break. Take a
Yeah.
break and breathe. Like, there will be moments where I will take like so many pictures of one, like, I'll take, okay, I'll take a lot of photos of one object, and that one photo will be great, but I'll be like, oh no no no, that's not good enough. So I'll choose a different angle, and I'll literally be doing it just nonstop, and I
Wow.
have to stop myself and be like, man, relax, calm down. You know this photo is good. Stop doubting yourself. Like,
Mm. Yeah.
stop doubting yourself.
Yeah.
Um, like another one is me. I don't know when to slow down sometimes. I'll have so many ideas in my head, and I'm sitting there and I'm just like, okay, I can do this, I can do this. Oh, this is good, this is good. Where there are moments where I'm like, okay, one by one, breathe, one idea at a time. You're over
Right.
here just, and it's like, bro, chill. It's okay. The idea's not going to leave your mind. It obviously came from somewhere.
Hmm.
So it's
Hmm.
gonna come back. It's
Yeah.
gonna come back. Um,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
again, and again, my wife, she is a trooper. She's amazing. She'll literally, like, actually help me with my ideas as well. Just be like, okay, this is a good idea. What if you did this? What if you did this? Okay, great. Now let's go. You need a break. And she'll just cut it. I'm like, and sometimes I'll get annoyed. I'm just like, oh wait, but no, you need a break. I'm just like, okay. And I'll go relax. And then when I come back, I'm refreshed and I'm like, okay,
Right.
let
Hmm.
me go another one.
Yeah.
Um, One more thing I learned about myself is um, I think I touched on it on the first one where doubting myself.
Mm-hmm.
There
Yeah,
are
the
moments
self
where
doubt.
I really doubt myself a lot. I really doubt myself, and um, I find moments where I would want to take a photo and I would want to go out, into like I guess a a business and ask them, hey, can I take pictures here and there, or just go and take pictures, and I'll doubt myself and be like, uh, I don't know if I can do this, or this
Mm-hmm.
seems too hard, or and then that could go into fear too, because there be moments where at church for AY, I would have my camera and there'll be a shot down there. I'm just like, oh, that's a nice shot. But then I want
Mm.
people to look at me, or I'll feel
Oh.
like, oh, people will be like, oh, why are you taking pictures of that? Or he looks like weird. Or why is he on the floor taking that angle like that?
Hmm.
That too. I've learned that I can, fear can, well, my fear can literally take away opportunities for me. And
Yeah.
I've learned it the hard way. I have literally learned it the
Mm.
hard way. I've seen shots where I'm like, oh, I want to go do it, and I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen. And then, but then I've had experiences where I fought the fear and I took a photo, and it went viral. It,
Mm.
and I'm just like, wow,
Mm.
you know, us as humans sometimes we don't take lessons from our past. You know, we just, okay, that was a lesson, but we don't bring it to our future,
Right.
and we just leave it. So yeah,
Yeah.
I talk a lot.
No, this is
I
great for an
talk a lot.
interview.
I talk
This
a
is
lot.
great. This is good
Okay, okay,
stuff.
okay, 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 okay.
People need to hear this.
Indeed, 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 indeed.
Man, especially about that fear part. I feel like
Mm-hmm.
I believe this so much. Fear really what's the word I'm looking for? It really cages us. Like it really
Listen,
like
it
it
really
really
does.
takes over.
Yeah.
And man, there's so many things that we could accomplish just in life in general if we just weren't afraid about what other people would think.
Mm-hmm.
We really, and some people they say they don't care what people think. I don't believe that. We deep down inside we do really care about what other people think. And
Every human
sometimes,
does.
yes, and for some
Mm-hmm.
of us, we care a little bit too much.
Too much.
And man, living in fear, you're missing out so much
Mm-hmm.
you can discover about yourself, discover about your craft, you
Indeed.
know,
Yep.
and like overcoming those fears really makes you stronger. Not just
Oh,
stronger
it
in your
does.
craft, but stronger as a person. Because now you feel
It
like,
does.
okay, I feel like I don't have to limit myself anymore because I've done that
Mm-hmm.
before.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So because of that outcome, okay, yeah, I can do that again. You
Yep.
know,
Yep.
and
Indeed.
that's man, it's whew, people need to learn that.
Oh yeah,
People need to
they
learn
they
that.
do. People need to learn that. Like, and not even in being a creative, just in life in general. We can't let fear dictate like our steps in life, and we can't let opinions dictate like our steps in life either.
Hmm.
We can't let that happen, or we will literally we won't progress. We won't
Right,
won't
right,
progress at all. Yeah.
exactly. So back to the photography.
Mm-hmm.
I think we probably mentioned this previously too, but I just want to ask again, just in case we didn't touch that part yet.
Mm-hmm.
What are your favorite things about being a photographer?
Oh man, a lot. My favorite thing about being a photographer is the human aspect of it. Like,
Hmm.
I've literally have people. I've taken pictures of people, um, and they've literally told me like this photo shoot really helped me in my self esteem. Literally, when I heard that, I said, "Oh yeah, this this is my calling right here. This is what it's all about. This is literally
Yeah.
what it's all about. Literally."
Yep.
And from then on, that's been my number one favorite thing about photography, like seeing the smile on people's faces, literally, literally.
Wow.
And me, I My photography, a lot of people notice that I don't take pictures of a lot of men, but a lot of black women,
Mm-hmm.
and I think my photos empower black women a lot. Now, I will take pictures of any women. I don't care what race you are, what ethnicity. I don't care. But
Mm-hmm.
I take a lot of importance when it comes to black women. I think black women should be in the forefront of just uh, everything, honestly. And I think a lot of black women are portrayed in a negative manner,
Mm-hmm.
even in the creative space.
Yeah.
So just posting or taking photos of a black woman and coming from a photographer that loves black women and wants to see black women succeed, is it's a great thing. You know, it,
Mm.
it's a great thing. So
Yeah.
yeah,
That's one thing that we don't get enough of in the world of photography
yes,
that I've seen personally,
yes.
especially on my page.
Hmm.
So whenever I see specifically photography of black people and black culture, but also black women, I've always have to repost it because you might not have seen this. This doesn't really go trending that much. So we're gonna make it
Hmm.
trending on this page.
Yeah, yeah. Hmm.
So yeah, I love that. I love that.
Indeed.
So before we conclude,
Hmm.
I've been doing this thing on every videos where I ask my guests to drop gems. And since I am Emerald the Gem, we have to drop gems.
Okay,
So,
okay, okay.
and gems are just like any type of advice that you want to give to
Mm.
the people who are listening. So, do you have any gems that you would like to leave the viewers with?
Take it day by day. Take it day by day. Don't rush. You can't rush greatness. Like, just take it day by day.
Mm-hmm.
Smooth things out. Don't do everything in a rush. You know, um,
Mm-hmm.
that's the one gem. Take it day by day. Um, the second gem I have, don't let fear dictate your life.
Mm.
Don't let fear dictate your life, because
Mm-hmm.
fear can literally strip you away from amazing opportunities. And I've experienced that myself,
Mm.
literally. I've experienced that myself. And the last one, numbers don't equal value. Period. That's it.
Thank you for being here. Thank you for
Thank
willing to
you. Thanks for
share your
inviting me.
journey.
Hmm.
Yes, yes,
Thank
truly
you so much.
appreciate it. I love this talk. I felt like I was talking to my cousin, like on a random Tuesday. Like
Okay,
this
okay, yeah.
this felt really natural. So I thank you for being here.
Thank
Thank
you
you
for
for
inviting me. Thank you
sharing.
so much. I appreciate it.
Yes,
Thank
yes,
you.
of
Thank you.
course, of course. And for the people who are watching, thank you for tuning in for this episode. Please, please don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel, and also hit that bell notification button so you'll be notified when a new video uploads. And if you wish to support, well, hopefully you will support his photography business, please. And of course, follow me on Instagram at underscore Emerald the Gem to also hear more about upcoming videos. Thank you for tuning in. I will see everyone on the next episode. Bye.